Hello guys, once again welcome back to my channel. I am Abhishek Padange and today I am here to review this Nexon XM. Let's start with the key. This gets with this lock, unlock and follow me home function on it, and it gets with this flip key. In the front we get projector headlamp for the low beam, and this is a halogen unit for the high beam, and these are the DRLs of the car, and below that we have housing for fog lamp. It doesn't get with the fog lamp, but this is an aftermarket fog lamp, and this is the side turn indicator. This also gets the black skid plate, but this is painted. This is the aftermarket one. It gets with this chrome finishing on it, and in the side it gets with rims, and the tire section is 105 by 60 R16s. It gets with tubeless tires, and these are the painted aftermarket wheel caps on it, and these are the ORVMs. It gets this indicators on it, and it is not finished in piano black, and it doesn't get with request sensor on door, and these are the aftermarket rain guards, and these are the roof rails which are not functional, and it looks so bold in this green color, and these are the stop lamps. It gets this LED stop lamp, and indicators have the halogen unit. This is the rear reflector. Below that we have this rear bumper guard. It does a good job of protecting the bumper, but because of this bumper guard, the rear parking sensors are getting obstructed, and it continuously keep beeping when you are in the reverse gear. It gets with this rear parking sensors, boldly written Nexon branding over here, and here we get this Tata logo, and this is the rear tail lamp, and it gets with the regular antenna, but this antenna is aftermarket one. This is finished in a shark fin. In the rear it gets with this coupe like design, and the ground clearance is 210 mm. According to me, this is the best off-roader compared to its rivals, and it claims the mileage of 17 kilometers, but in the real life it's giving somewhere around 15 to 14 kilometers. Let's get inside. It doesn't come with request sensor on the door. It gets with illuminated keyhole, and this is the control to adjust the ORVMs, and it gets electric adjust for it, and this is the steering wheel. Steering wheel doesn't get any steering control mounts on it. We get only horn, and this is the instrument cluster. Let's turn on the car, and it does a full swipe when we turn on the car, and on the left there is the RPM meter, and on the right there is a fuel meter, and above that we have temperature meter. In the middle we have a fully digital cluster. This is the button to toggle through the cluster. Huge Tata logo which is finished in chrome, and these are the controls to adjust the light. It doesn't get with automatic lights, and on the left we have controls for the wiper, and let's check out the infotainment system. This infotainment system supports Bluetooth connectivity. Via that we can make calls and play music via Bluetooth, and these are the functions it get, and this is the back button. The rotary knobs has a good feel in it, and this is the hazard alert button. Below that we have controls for AC. It doesn't get with automatic climate control, and below that here we have charging socket and beside that we have one USB charging socket, and it gets with 3 modes: city, eco and sport mode. This is the handbrake. Comment down for a separate video on mods. I'll try to do that video as well. And this is the armrest, and this is the glove box. It has a good deep space in it, and these are the AC vents which are finished in a piano black, and the overall cabin looks so premium. And here are the controls for power windows. It gets with all 4 power windows, and this is the door opener. I felt like it would be really good if it is finished in chrome. And this is the button to open the boot. Let's open the boot. Open the boot. Here we don't get any partial tray in the XM variant, but this is the aftermarket one, and it doesn't even get with 60-40 split in the rear seat. Here we have 2 hooks and a light below, and on the right we have only 2 hooks. And the loading lip is also not so deep, so it will be easy to load the luggage, and the boot is very heavy, which is a good thing. And this is the rear look of the car, and it can reach in 0 to 100 in just 11.64 seconds. Let's check out the rear seat space, and the driving position is adjusted according to my driving position, and here are some of my stuff. The cabin is wide enough, you don't feel claustrophobic in it, and this is the legroom. I am 5'11" foot tall, and there is good space, but under thigh support is missing. And here is some space to keep your mobile, and the cabin is wide enough, but you don't get adjustable headrest like in the front. You only get this fixed headrest, and there is a slight hump in between, so 3 people would be a task in it. And these are the door shades which are aftermarket, and here is a LED light. In the rear we don't get any light. Hook and a handle on right, same on the left. And here is a mirror, but we don't have light on it. And on the right we only have a toll receipt holder. We don't have any mirror or a light. And this is the sunglass holder. This is the button to open engine bay. Let's check out the engine bay. It comes with a 1.2 liter Revertron turbocharged petrol engine. It produces around 118.3 bhp of max power and 117 Newton meters of max torque. This engine is powered by 3-cylinder unit, but the vibrations are very well contained, and it can do 0 to 100 in 11.64 seconds.